Yoga for Wellness. My name is George Ethan Cox. I'm your RYT 200-hour certified yoga instructor. This is brought to you live by Hive Fitness Studios in partnership with Wilkes Recovery Revolution and Yoga with George Ethan. Welcome, welcome. It's Saturday morning here in Wilkes County. We have some news for you. I will go ahead and announce that after next Saturday, I will no longer be teaching at Hive Fitness Studios. This is a transition to a new location going forward. Just stay tuned for new information in the weeks to come. But with that said, I just want to thank Megan at Hive Fitness Studios for the opportunity to have gotten to share my practice here. It's been an absolute honor and a privilege, and I'm excited to see the wonderful things that develop here at this gym in the future. And also, I want just a little side tidbit. To those who are interested in the area, there will be an eclipse at approximately 12:15 Eastern Standard Time for anyone who is interested in catching that. Make sure you wear the necessary eye gear whenever going out to check out the eclipse. So, but we have also, back to the yoga stuff. We have an awesome energizing practice today. This is going to be good for if you're a little groggy this morning, or if you just need a pick-me-up, or just finding what feels good in the body, raising those energies and moving around in the body, getting a good stretch, and feeling good and building some muscle. This is going to be working the legs, the arms, the abs, the chest, all the body parts are moving today, as well as utilizing the breath to transition from pose to pose. We got some balancing postures as well. We got a little bit of everything in today's practice, so make sure you have something comfortable to move along in. I recommend you using a block for support, and make sure that you're in a space where, well, if you have others in the room, that you are at least arm length apart. So roll out your mats, wear something comfortable, and we'll begin. Let's find a nice comfortable seat to start. Get nice and grounded. Take your time getting here. We're going to start nice and slow. We're going to just find our breath here, getting grounded, getting used to the floor beneath us, feeling supported this morning. As we sit down, just notice the floor and the body and the parts of the body that are touching the floor. Just notice. Begin to elongate the spine. As we find our breath, take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Relax those shoulders. Another deep inhale in, maybe close your eyes. Find a gentle rise in the chest. Exhale, grounding through the shoulders. Nice lift in the spine, think nice and tall. Deep inhale in. Exhale through the nose this time, nice and smooth. See if you can't elongate these breaths. Inhale. Exhale out. Let's set an intention. Continue your breathing. Inhale. Maybe it can be to find energy. Maybe it could be noticing how you move in your body today. Exhale. Notice the rise and fall of the shoulders as you breathe today. Inhale in. And exhale through the nose. Soften the jaw and the skin of the forehead. Just get nice and settled in, putting aside your to-do list, continuing your breath at your own pace, setting aside anything that comes to mind. Just allow yourself to follow the breath today. And it's okay if you feel a little anxious. We all do. See if you can't just allow yourself permission to follow your breath. Give yourself that permission to be present in the moment. You took time to go up, and that's awesome. Take one more deep inhale in. Open your eyes nice and gently if you haven't already. And side out. Gorgeous. All right, we're going to start with a couple of neck rolls to get us started. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, chin draws towards the chest. Inhale, roll the left ear to left shoulder, grounding down on the left shoulder and left ear. Find a nice long stretch in the right side of the neck here. Hold. Not your breath, just the pose. Keep breathing in, 2 or 3 more breaths. Maybe for a little extra, you guide your middle finger to the top of your right ear, guiding your head up and over for a little extra stretch. Maybe if you want even more than that, you elongate the right arm and fingertips to your right, maybe a little forward. Find a deep stretch in that right side of your neck, keeping your chin up ever so slightly. We're going to move today. Try to find some inner grace and gratitude as we proceed. Just thanking ourselves for being here, thanking ourselves for finding our practice and finding what we enjoy here in our bodies. One more breath. Inhale, deep breath. And exhale, let it go. And roll the chin to your chest. Deep breath in. Roll to the right this time. Keep your heart nice and lifted. Sternum lifts. For a little support, place your thumb on your sternum and lift your heart up to meet the thumb. Again, option to place your middle finger on your left ear and guide your head up and over, keeping your heart lifted. And then maybe either place your left fingers on the mat, up straight to your right. Breathe deep. These stationary poses may not seem like much, but they make a lot of difference. Holding these poses and breathing into them opens you up more ways than you know. Finding ease in positions where it's typically not easy to find this ease here. It creates space to where you can find more ease in your day-to-day activities. And this is awesome whenever you work at a desk or if you might have text neck. Give your neck a little hygiene here. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release everything, chin to chest, and inhale, roll it up. Gorgeous. Inhale, let's reach our hands all the way up to the sky, wiggle the fingertips, waking up the body. Exhale, rain the fingers down. We're already working with a little energy flow. Inhale, reach the hands back up. Exhale, rain it down. Use your breath to move you. Inhale, swoop up. Pull the thumbs back, palms parallel. Exhale, flip the palms and rain it down. Push that energy down. Keep your left hand grounded. Inhale, lift the right hand up and over. Nice side body stretch, pulling that right thumb back. Think nice and long here. Maybe you bring your gaze up to the sky. All right, push that energy down with the right hand. Exhale, flip the left palm, lift up, inhale. Nice long body stretch. Keep both glutes nice and glued down to the mat here. Maybe your elbow meets the mat, maybe not. No judgment either way. Just find that stretch. Breathe into the side body. Inhale, up and back to center. Awesome. For a twist, we are going to inhale, sweep our hands up. Exhale, place the right palm to left knee, left palm behind you. Find your twist. Keep it nice and light here, no crunching into it. Just remain nice and tall in the spine here. Maintain that integrity here. Exhale, draw your navel in as you deepen the twist ever so gently. Inhale, remain finding that length. Exhale, deepen the twist. Bring your gaze beyond your left shoulder. Nice, smooth, long breaths. Inhale in. Exhale, twist. Walk your hands back to center. Going to go the opposite direction this time. Inhale, reach the hands up towards the sky. Exhale, place your left palm to right knee, right palm behind you. Lift the heart. Inhale. Exhale, draw that navel in, deepen your twist. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, draw that navel in. One more. Inhale, lengthen the spine, nice and tall now. And bring your gaze to the right shoulder as you exhale. Gorgeous. Use your fingers to walk yourself back to center. And we're going to transition to all fours, tabletop position. So take your time getting here. Let's move with grace in our bodies today. Just warming up and take a couple cat-cows here at your position. So remember first, wrists, you got to love on your wrist here. Make sure that your fingertips are nice and wide apart, your wrists directly underneath your shoulders. If you want to take a few moments to rotate around so you can get a little wrist action here to warm them up, go for it. Otherwise, just simply go ahead and start with your cat and cow. Inhale to drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, draw that navel in, arc the back towards the sky, drop the head. Take your time. Inhale to look forward, hips up. Exhale, arc the back. And this might not just be it for you. You might feel good if you wanted to bump your hips to the left and to the right. If you wanted to turn your head to the left and then to the right, opposing the hip bump. Go for it. Find something that feels good. Get a little freaky. We are practicing yoga, but we are no yoga robots here. Trust your intuitive thinking here. Do one or two more. Remember, utilize your breath. All right. So up next, we're going to work our abs here. So first, we're going to start by shaking someone's hand with our right hand. Say hello. Nice to meet you. Our arm is going to be parallel with our heads here. And then you want to kick back that left foot. Think like a bicycle pedal stand here. Kind of curling the toes under. Add pressure to the top part of your right foot to support. Draw those abs in. Then lift that back foot up. So you got a two-legged table here. Still balancing. We're going to inhale, find a nice reach. Exhale, we're going to squeeze our elbow in towards the knee here. We're going to do 3 of these. So we got 1. So inhale, reach back out. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Exhale, nice and slow. Draw it in. Last one. Inhale, reach out. Nice big movement here. Exhale, squeeze, 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 and release. Place your right palm down, left knee down. Now press firmly into the right fingertips. We're going to shake someone with a left-handed shake. Hello, nice to meet you. We're going to reach out the right toes now, but pedal stand here. Claw into those fingertips, lift the back foot up off the ground so we're parallel with the left arm and the right leg. Inhale, reach, draw those abs in. And exhale, squeeze it all together. Reach, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach out. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, bringing energy into these parts of our body. Exhale, bring it together. Squeeze. Inhale, last one. You got this. Nice long movement. And exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. Beautiful. Let's counter this out a little bit. We're going to bring our knees out as wide as our yoga mat, toes to touch, walk our hips back. We're doing some lion's breath here. The way that this is, or lion's pose. So the way this is done, now you can do this in several different ways with your wrist. You can have your fingers facing outward, or if you feel comfortable, you can have your fingers facing your body. Closer to your body, the better. And then you lean back into your hips. So here's where the fun part happens, lion's breath. If you're unfamiliar with it, all you do is you stick your tongue out and make a sound whenever you exhale. Just take a big breath in like you're about to make a big roar, make a sound. We are lions today, and in typical yoga fashion, you want to make a cross side like you're looking at the middle of your forehead while you do so. That's optional. But all together, we're going to do a lion's breath. We're going to do 3, okay? So 1, inhale. Stick the tongue out. Say, now. I know it's silly, but it's effective. Makes you feel good. Inhale. Lion's breath out. Last one. Doing great. Inhale in. Exhale, lion's breath out. And now you've done your silly thing for the day. All right, walk your hands back to a normal position. If you want to do a little wave here to kind of counteract that stretch, go for it. Wrist hygiene is so important whenever practicing yoga. Maybe you want to rotate your wrist one way and another, whichever works best for you, or do some little thriller hands here since we're in the season. And whenever you're ready, we're going to go into our very first downward facing dog. So take your time getting there. Move with love, move with caution here. A good way to think about it would be like you're moving through water. So take your hands up a step further than if you were just doing a cat and cow in all fours. Curl the toes under and peel your hips up towards the sky. Pedal it out here. Get a great stretch in the hamstrings. You want your elbow creases to be facing the front side of your mat. Your ears parallel and in line with your arms. Take a deep breath in, long breath out. And just so you know, poses in yoga, they don't need to be exactly like the picture books. Everyone's body is different. Yours may definitely not look like how mine looks. Your heels may not touch the ground. They might touch the ground. That's awesome. But just saying, there's no discrimination. There's no problems with trying. This is not a competition. Take one more deep breath in and out. In. Exhale, draw that knee in towards the chest and place that foot in between the palms. Now we're about to boogie, so get ready. We're going to pivot that back heel and press into all 4 corners of that front foot. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, swoop the arms forward, up, and back. Engage those abs. Warrior 1. Warrior 1. Press down to that pinky toe. Back pinky toe. Front knee over front ankle. Little mental hygiene here. And imagine your head over your heart, heart over your pelvis. This is a really strong pose. You want to feel powerful here. We're active in the fingertips. Inhale, find a reach up. Exhale, open wide those arms to warrior 2. Bend into that front knee. Nice lunge here. Find a little pulse here. If you need to widen your stance, go for it. Imagine, focus your gaze beyond your pointer finger here. Bring those pinkies back. Focus on your alignment. And inhale, reach your front hand forward. Drop the back palm. Flip the front palm. And exhale, up and over. Peaceful warrior. You can wrap your back hand behind and around you to find a bind in the front thigh, or you can just have it resting on your back leg here. Breathe deep, heart nice and lifted. And then exhale. Bring your right hand all the way down to the ground or on a block for extended side angle. You can reach your left hand up to the sky, or you can place your right elbow onto the right thigh. And then bring that left palm down, left hand down, inhale, reach up the right for a twist. Wiggle the fingertips, nice and bright in the fingertips. And exhale. All right, then back. We're going to lower all the way down to our knees. Squeeze our elbows in together. Inhale, look forward, cobra. Or baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale up to all fours, and we'll meet again in downward dog. Downward dog is our friend, so find a breath here. Crazy, believe it? I was blown away the first time I heard that. Going to drop the right heel, anchor that right heel. Inhale, lift the left leg halfway to start. Exhale, squeeze that knee in towards the chest, look forward and plant the foot in between the palms. Adjust that back foot as needed and then pivot it so the toes are facing the right short edge of the mat or right corner of the mat. Imagine an imaginary line to squeeze your legs together to find strength. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Draw those abs in. Inhale, lift the arms forward, up and back. Warrior one. Warrior one. Breathe. This is a strong pose. We're bringing good energy into our day. Again, maybe find a little buoyancy, but don't let your knee splay out one way or another. You want to keep your front knee above your front ankle. Keep your right leg nice and straight, planting the right pinky toe firmly on the ground. Breathing deep. Smooth breath, nice long breaths here. Head over heart, heart over pelvis. It's good to go through this mental checklist whenever you're practicing yoga, just for your protection and safety. Inhale, lift in the heart. Exhale, open wide. Warrior two. Warrior two. I'm in a sing-songy mood today, my friends, and that is okay. Find a little buoyancy. Nice and wide. You can narrow your stance as well if necessary. There's no shame in that. Pinkies pulled back. Head over heart, heart over pelvis. Inhale, reach forward, flip the front palm, drop the back, up and over. Peaceful warrior. Peaceful warrior. Making sure you're pulling that elbow back, your left thumb back as well. Nice long stretch in the left side of the trunk of the body. Getting strong muscles in the left quadriceps. Holding it for 3, 2, 1, and cartwheel down to extended side angle. Elbow to knee, hand to the floor. Open wide to the right, inhale, exhale, bring it down. Pivot that back foot to parallel, plant the left palm, inhale, lift up the left hand for a twist. And exhale, rain it down. Awesome. Now this time, we're going to step up to the front of the mat. Going to hang low for a forward fold. Just a few beats here. Shake your head yes and no. Catch your breath here. Maybe you grab hold of each elbow and sway gently from side to side, and don't feel bad about bending the knees. In fact, you can bend them as generously as you want to release that lower back. from here, we're going to inhale, slide our hands up to our thighs, lift our backs halfway. Find a length in the back of the neck. Exhale, forward fold. Now, we're going to go to Tadasana, our standing mountain pose, but I incite that you move as slowly as absolutely possible. So when we're going up to Tadasana, really slow your roll. Notice every vertebrae stack as we lift. You ready? All right, begin your inhale, your incline, and roll it up. Starting with the tailbone, and then the lower back, moving up our spine, just one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to lift will be your head. Palms face forward, heart's lifted. Maybe your eyes are closed, maybe not. But just take a moment here to notice how you feel. Take a few deep breaths. Find a moment of serenity here, thanking yourself for showing up today, finding a little good energy. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale and clap our hands above our heads and bring our hands to our heart, hinge at the hips, and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your version. Then frame the feet, bring back one foot and the other. Plant your palms and frame your feet and bring back both feet. Lower to cobra, or you can chaturanga, half push up to upward facing dog. And we will meet in down dog. Beautiful. Inhale, you can halfway lift your right foot or lift it up high after anchoring your left heel. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. Inhale, lift your foot up high once more. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest, look forward, plant the foot in between the palm. Pivot that back foot like we did before, and instead of warrior one, we're going straight into warrior two. So kind of do like a reverse cartwheel, and inhale back to warrior two. Warrior two. So this is in preparation for our next pose, which will be triangle. It's a fairly easy transition. Instead of having your front knee bent, we're straightening that out. Arms still nice and wide. Dropping our back hand, taking our right hand here, our right pinky behind the ear here, and going on beyond the body, making a nice long line from left fingertips to right toe. From right fingertips to right toe. Think one long line in triangle. Big breath, big stretch. And then cock at the hips, cartwheel down, thinking extended side angle, but with the right leg stretched straight. Again, you can use your block here for support if needed, if that's a little too intense for you. Drop the left hand. You're kind of in a triangle leg here. Bend the front knee slightly. You can bring your your back foot to meet the front. All right, grab your blocks here. Put them in front of you if you haven't already. We're going to do some warrior three practice, or warrior three prep, which is essentially standing splits. Standing splits it can just be grab hold of your block first, or the floor. Slide your left toes back just a hair. And you can keep your toes on the mat if that's where you want to be, but keep a micro bend in the front knee if you need. Then begin to test with floating or just touching the mat. Maybe you lift further. Maybe your belly folds over the right thigh entirely. Breathe deep here. Use your hands for support. If you're feeling courageous here, you want to grab hold of that right shin here and continue your split. Maybe your foot goes even higher than mine. That's perfectly awesome. Maybe it's still on the mat, and that's still just as great. This is just practice. Wherever you are, meet yourself where you are. And when you're ready, bring that foot back to the middle. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach your hands up high, and exhale, swan dive, forward fold. And instead of a vinyasa, frame your feet with your hands and bring both feet back. Lower all the way down to your bellies. And like we're doing a cobra, we're going to do a locust. So from here, this will engage the back muscles, strengthen our backs. We're going to inhale, just start with the feet, lift your feet off the ground. Exhale, release. This time, lift your hands with your feet. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to lift everything we can but our pelvis on this third inhale. Big breath in. Exhale. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Last one. Inhale and everything up. And exhale, release. Press up to all fours. And we'll meet once again in down dog. Awesome. Okay, my friends, this time we lift the left foot up high, anchor the right foot. Exhale, draw the knee to nose. Squeeze that left heel into the glute. Inhale, lift the left leg up high once more. Exhale, draw knee to nose, look forward, plant the foot in between the palm, and pivot that back foot. Reverse cartwheel up to warrior 2, abs engaged, nice and strong legs. Pivot, not pivot, pulse at the legs here. You can open out wider if you need to. Pinkies nice and wide, heart's lifted, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Go through your checklist. We're feeling alive today in warrior 2. I feel like a surfer whenever I do this move. All right, my friends. So like last time, we're going to straighten that front leg. It can have a little micro bend if necessary, but try to straighten it if needed, if you can. Drop the back hand, take the left pinky behind the left ear, and go beyond and straighten that left arm beyond, so you have a long line from your left toes to your left fingertips. Nice and long triangle pose. Breathe in and out. Inhale, nice and long stretch, and cock at the hips and lower cartwheel your left fingers all the way down. You can rest your fingers on a block if necessary, or all to the floor, or even just onto your shin here. Open wide to the right. And then exhale, drop the right hand down, pivot the back foot. And we're going to bounce our right foot just halfway this time. Getting ready for our splits once again. Find a micro bend in that left knee. We don't want to lock it. That's not good. And just do what we did before. Experiment with lifting the back toes off the mat, or just keep it nice and balanced on to the mat here. Keep your hands on the floor or a block for support. Again, this is our warrior 3 warm-up. Breathe. You got this, guys. We're cultivating strength in our left leg. Maybe if you're feeling courageous, you can wrap your left hand and right hand around the leg here, bringing your nose closer to your knee. If not, that's cool too. Inhale, lift your right ankle a little higher, and exhale, bend your right knee, bring it all together to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift your version. Inhale, roll it up, bring your hands way up high, slight back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach your hands up high once more. Exhale, swan dive down. Frame your feet with your hands, bring back one foot and another, and lower down to your knees. You deserve it now, friends. We're going to bring our knees as wide as the yoga mat, toes to touch. Walk your hips back. We're going into extended child's pose. Take 5 breaths here. Compared to the breath, you absolutely deserved it. Maybe you take a moment to give your forehead a little massage. One key thing that I think should be cultivated is listen to your body. And if your body needs to take a step back, go for it. I try to provide options for all parties so everyone can feel included and that each shape can be applicable to all people. And breaks are so important. So make sure you take a breath when you can. 2 more breaths. Look at the body and smooth it out with an exhale. Last one, inhale in. And side out. Awesome. Lift up your head. Walk yourself back up to all fours. Curl the toes under and peel the hips up to the sky, down dog. And we're just going to take our dog for a walk. Walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your version. And it's time for the fun times to be. All right, friends. So we're going to practice a little balancing here. Think nice and tall, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Engage the abs. And put your feet together, really together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now, we're going to start with the right leg. We're going to inhale, bring our right knee to our chest, or just catch our right knee. Heart's lifted here. And then we're going straight into our warrior 3. Sliding that right foot back, you can land your toe on the mat, just slightly tap it. Or you can glide and catch some air here, keeping your toes dialed down, abs engaged. Maybe you go for airplane arms, like your palms are fit on an imaginary surface at your sides. Find a drishti, a point of focus in front of you, keeping your shoulders engaged. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Micro bend in that front knee. We're flying here. Maybe you can have your arms out beyond, like your arms are parallel to your head. And when you're ready, nice and slowly bring your foot back up. We're keeping the air. Catch it again. And then bring the outer edge of your right foot to wrap around your left leg. Bend your left knee into that right leg. We're going to karate chop our left hand, karate chop our right over it, and we're finding eagle pose. We're lowering our body down. Find a stretch in the hips. We're opening the shoulders here. We're going to inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, down. We're only doing this once. Inhale, up. Unwind the arms, lift the arms up, lift the legs up. Catch your knee one more time. Open. Oops, you might fall. It's okay. Bring your knee out wide and find a place to place your heel. It could be above or below your knee, but not on your knee. If you feel a little wobbly, draw the abs in, place your thumb on your sternum, and find a point of focus to keep your eyes right here. I know you're feeling the burn. I am too. It's okay. We draw a few more seconds here. You got a tree. It can be open wide. It could be open high. It could be wavy. Whatever suits your needs. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy. Float the foot down and shake the left foot out. You deserve it. Opposite side. They call this a peak pose for a reason. It's more like a peak trio in this case here. All right, the opposite side. Breathe in and out. All right, so slide that left toe back this time. Just sliding it back. You can have airplane arms if you want to start, or maybe your arms are out in front of you. Micro bend in the front knee. For warrior 3, breathe. Abs engaged. Maybe you have a block lifted up to support you. And if you fall, it's okay. We'll catch you. We all wobble. We all fall. We're all in different places on different days. Don't feel discouraged. We just get back up and keep trying. We breathe. We're flying. We're flying. Look forward. And then float your left knee all the way up. Give your knee a catch. And then wrap it around the right leg this time. Karate chop the right arm, then the left arm, and lift. Abs engaged. Inhale, lift the elbows up high. Squeezing your legs in together, squeezing your arms in together. Exhale, draw the abs in, elbows down. Inhale, back to center, unravel, and lift the knee back up. And open wide. Use your right arm to oppose, to keep balance. Keep your gaze. Find the opposition in the foot to your thigh or your shin here. Engage the abs. If you need support, place your thumbs to sternum to lift. Again, keep your focus on a point. Find your tree, whichever it may be or look like. Each tree is different and unique. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Trees also breathe, just FYI. They use their leaves. Yes, yes, yes. We feel burning in the legs. We're awake. We're alive. We're enthusiastic. Find one more lift. Inhale and float that foot down. Release, hands to heart. Shake that right foot. And find your Tadasana. Take a moment to notice how you feel. We're feeling awake. We're feeling energized. I do. We're moving energies to all kinds of places in our body. We're finding openings in our body to allow an easier flow of energy. Beautiful work, my friends. From here, we're going to go to the center of our mats, facing the long edge. Bring your legs as about a little wider than a hip width apart. Place your hands on your hips and hinge forward, forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Now you can find a gentle sway here to find release in the back. Maybe you walk your hands to the left, keeping your knees nice and straight. Maybe you walk your hands to the right. Bring yourself back to center. Maybe you widen your stance, but place your fingers or palms down in the middle and hold here. We're going to breathe to deepen our stretch here. Find a release in the low back body. Find release in the legs. A fine point also is to keep your toes more facing inward than your heels, so your heels are slightly more outward than your toes are. Get a really good stretch in the outer edges of the leg. Maybe shake your head yes, maybe no. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Place your hands on your hips and hinge at the hips and lift back up. Ha. Heel toe back to center, or just a little wider than hip width apart. We're going to inhale, reach our hands up high, bend at the knees outward in a diagonal fashion. All the way down, kind of squatting here. We're going into a frog pose. Bringing our outside of our arms to meet the knees here. Now this is a garland pose, so you don't have to you don't have to have your hands together like so. You can use your hands to support you. You can even grab your block and place it underneath your hips. Whichever is best for you. Find what you need. Breathe, breathe, breathe. That's so important. When you feel like you're holding your breath, take a breath. It's so important. Let each breath carry you from moment to moment. Find opposition, pressing your leg into your arm and vice versa. Holding this for 3, 2, 1, and release. Bring your hands behind you nice and gently, and allow your hips to gently meet the ground. But keeping that wide stance in the legs, keep your feet wider than your knees here, and we're going to fold our knees to the left, making 2 90-degree angles with our legs, windshield wipers. But we're going to hold this for a little longer to get more out of the stretch. So breathe here. Heart nice and lifted. This is where things get a bit easier after our big flying experience. We were cultivating energy and strength today, but it's so important after a workout, any workout, to get a deep stretch. Switch sides if you haven't yet. Breathe into the tight parts of the body here. All right. Now, you feel welcome to go back and forth with more movement here than before. Get a little booty massage. And when you're ready, we're going to go back to our normal position, our body facing the short edge of the mat, whichever side you choose is fine. We're going into boat pose. So to start, you can lean back into your hands and lift one foot up at a time, engaging the core. Yes, the core work is not done. It never ends. But the core is what holds you up in your body, and it's so important to give it some love. This may be your boat pose. That's perfectly fine. But if it is too intense, see if you can keep your feet nice and light on the mat here. Just light, like you can almost hover it. Otherwise, have your feet nice and parallel to the floor or the sky. Maybe you tap one foot and then the other. Maybe you straighten it, keeping your heart lifted, core engaged. Breathe. This doesn't have to be for long. In fact, we're going to hold it for 3, 2, 1, and lower. Awesome. Straighten your legs out in front of you. We're going to go into a staff pose. So lift your heart here. Exhale. Inhale, lift the hands up high. And forward fold. Toes engaged here, facing your forehead. Or reaching towards your forehead. Now your hands can lay on your thighs, your shins, or even all the way to your feet. Or you can use your block. Place it on your legs to support your head. But relax your head forward. Find ease, find release here. Breathe deep. Find release in the low back. Find a stretch in the hamstrings. Beautiful. Lift yourself back up. And we're going to do something amazing. We're going to transition to our backs. So scoot forward like you're going into a boat pose, bend the knees, place your hands behind the thighs, and roll back. In fact, if you want, you can roll back and forth, give your back a massage. It should feel really nice. And when you're done, we'll meet on our backs here. We're going to give ourselves some love. So squeeze the knees in towards the chest. You can even give yourself a hug by wrapping your arms around your knees here. But squeezing them in, you're going to lower your knees over to the left. And by making and you continue by making a T or Texas T or, making goalpost arms since it's football season. Or if you're not into football as much, cactus arms. Maybe you roll onto your right ear. Keep your shoulder blades nice and grounded here. Breathe into the belly. Breathe into those tight spaces. Find softness with your exhale. All right, bring your head back to center, bring your knees back to center. Squeeze your knees in towards the chest. Lift that tailbone up just a hair. And then bring your knees down to the right this time. Texas T or goalpost arms / Texas arm. I said Texas arms. I meant cactus arms. Roll your ear to the left maybe. Squeezing out the tension, breathing into it and finding softness with our exhale. Using our breath is such an important, very underrated tool. Brings in fresh oxygen supply, helps naturally find ease in our body, helps release tension and releases important chemicals in our brains into our bodies that need it. Helps you with digestion. Helps you process thoughts. And it's essential in meditation. It's essential through life. Take 1 or 2 more breaths here. Back to center. All right. I'm doing my favorite yoga pose ever, which is Happy Baby. To stretch out my legs and low back, but this is your opportunity to go into a little freestyle, to find what you enjoy, find what feels good in your body today. Whatever you need, this is your opportunity. Do you need some more ab to work out? You could do some scissor kicks or some bicycles. Do you want to change the flow of blood in the body? You could do some legs up the wall pose, or if you want some inversions, you could practice some elbow. You can practice some arm stands or head stands. Or plow pose. Maybe inversions might be a good class for the future. Flip us on our head. I mean that literally. You can do supine butterfly for a relaxed sensation. Again, if you wanted to focus on stretching your legs, getting more flexibility, you could practice in pigeon pose or cow legs. Whatever you need, go for it. I helped guide you today to get a good stretch and to build some muscles and to find some good energy in the day. Hopefully that will carry you through onward into wherever you go next. Okay, my friends, we conclude our class in Shavasana. So go ahead and lay back, allow your feet to spill off the mat. Rest your arms, palms facing the sky, just finding solitude and calm. Maybe softening your gaze or closing your eyes, just welcoming the sensations of whatever comes to mind. Allow your thoughts to flow like a river. Allow judgment to kind of be put to the side here. And breathe in lots of love and share that love with the world as you exhale. Take a few moments for you. You deserve it. And I'll conclude in a few moments. All right, my friends. Allow your awareness to float back into the space. Maybe wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe you stay where you are for a few more moments. Take your time. Maybe rock your head one side and another. Start by bending the knees, feet flat on the mat, and then folding over to one side. Nice and easy. Move with care. Take a moment here if you'd like, using your hand or arm as a pillow. And when you're ready, I invite you to press yourself up back into a seated position, slowly batting the eyelids open. and finding yourself at a nice, comfortable seat. So we conclude in gratitude for our time together today and for practicing yoga to building a little energy. We bring our palms in Anjali Mudra together to our hearts and we bow and say, Namaste. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. As always, it's an honor to get to share my practices with you. Thank you for joining me today. We'll see you guys next time at 11 a.m. at Hive Fitness Studios for our final class here. So thank you guys once again. Have a wonderful rest of your day and an awesome week, and I'll catch you again next time.